ready, Monarchs fans? It's time for the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
Well, it doesn't get any better than this. A sellout crowd at home under the lights, a first ever win over one of the most successful teams in Conference USA history, and to top it off, a historic sixth win, securing a first ever bowl game invitation. How happy is everyone in the Monarch Nation? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. I'm Bruce Rader along with Coach Bobby Wilder. A week after ODU's historic win over Marshall. Coach, you got off to a fast start against the Thundering Herd, and you never looked back.
No, really good plan, Bruce, by our assistant coaches, and really good execution by our players. When you think about the start, we started out, we're up 14-0 in the first 7 minutes of the game. We had 14 plays for 154 yards. They had 3 plays for 5 yards. That's how fast that start was in the game. We elected to take the opening kickoff, went right down and scored. Defense stopped them, offense scored again, and just like that, we were up 14-0. Great start for our team.
All right, tonight, let's start with the defense. The unit really seemed to gel on Saturday night.
They did, Bruce. 49 total plays, which is the lowest plays we've ever had, and credit to the defense. They had 5 3-and-outs in this game.
Against a very good team.
Very good team, yeah, and a quarterback that had been averaging 282 yards passing. We held him to 87, but we ran 77 plays on offense. They only ran 49 on offense, and because of those 5 3-and-outs by the defense, that's how that happened. Bruce, they had 214 total yards. They had 70 yards on their last drive of the game when the backup ones were in for both teams. In the second and third quarter, our defense only allowed 24 yards and 1 first down. That was a solid overall performance by our defense.
How important was it to get that signature win against a team like Marshall, a team that you had never beaten before?
It was very important, and you mentioned the word signature because Marshall's such a well-known program. Now, we all know Marshall's struggling this year. They're 2-7 right now, Bruce, but over the course of the last 3 years, they'd been 33-8. They'd won all 3 of their bowl games that they had played in the last 3 years, so it was important for our team to get the win. And my favorite part about the whole thing, Bruce, other than the double Gatorade bath, was the fact that it happened at home, Bruce. I mean, we're still that startup program that's trying to establish who we are, and the fact that it was our 53rd consecutive sellout, the fact that it happened in front of our fans, our first ever bowl game, that was special.
Generates a lot of excitement. Okay, a healthy Ray Lowry running the football against Marshall. Again, no turnovers for quarterback David Washington. You can't ask for more than that.
Very pleased with that, Bruce. This was a solid performance by the offense. We had a lot of situations we need to improve on. I can't emphasize enough, we're still trying to get better. We're still a team that's not quite there, Bruce. When I say we have 102 of 115 coming back next year, that tells you we just haven't played a lot of football together. But Lowry's performance, 209 yards rushing on 27 carries. Great ball security too, Bruce, because he was breaking tackles, carrying people. David Washington goes 16 for 27, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, and to your point, he's protecting the football. And I'll take a quarterback any day, Bruce, that values the football. And what I mean by that, he understands it's touchdown, field goal, or punt. A punt can be a good thing. The offensive line was solid, tight ends, receivers blocking, solid performance offensively.
All right, let's talk about tomorrow afternoon's opponent, Southern Miss, a team that is the defending West Division champions. Despite their 2 consecutive losses, they have a very explosive offense and a very good defense.
Yeah, when I go through the numbers, Bruce, our audience is going to wonder, why aren't they undefeated? I mean, this team, Bruce, they're 5-4, they're 3-2. Right now, they average 490 yards a game of offense. They have the #1 defense in Conference USA. They have a kicker who's made 48 of 49 field goals and point-after touchdowns. Their punter's #1 in the league, one of the tops in the nation, averages 45 yards. So you're hearing that and going, wait a minute, why are they 5-4? Well, they're -12 in turnover ratio. They're last in the league. Last week against Charlotte, a game they lost at home, they turned the ball over 3 times. They had a punt block for a touchdown. Charlotte didn't turn the ball over. And that's why Charlotte now is one of the hottest teams in the league, having won 3 of 4. That's been the Achilles heel, Bruce, for Southern Miss, and I'd like to keep that going for one more week.
All right, even with 3 games left to play, you are bowl eligible for the first time in school history, and obviously the fans want to know today where you're going to end up in December, but we all know that it's a very complex process.
Yeah, that was, Bruce, when we set our goals in August back with our players. Our players always set the goals with us as coaches. The number 2 goal was to become bowl eligible, to make history. We'd never done it, and as you know, Bruce, this is only our 8th year of playing. Well, 4 of the 8 years, we haven't been eligible for postseason. In 9 and 10 when we started, we weren't eligible for the 1AA playoffs. We made it in 11 and 12. And then in 13 and 14, we weren't eligible. Even though in 14, Bruce, we had enough wins. So we've been eligible most of the years we could, but that was the number 2 goal. And our motto is this, Bruce: plane and kick. Tell us when the plane leaves. Tell us when we kick the ball in the air. We'll go anywhere, play anybody. The number 1 goal: to win the Conference USA Eastern Division Championship. We're tied with Western Kentucky with 1 loss. Even though Western Kentucky beat us soundly, we're tied with 1 loss. That goal is still attainable if we can keep focusing on the process of being 1-0 each week.
So you go 3-0 with your final 3 games. Western Kentucky loses, and who knows?
That's exciting things to talk about. We've never been able to talk about this in Conference USA in November.
All right, when we come back, he had a record-setting day against Marshall, but Brandon Addison now enters uncharted territory as he goes one-on-one with Brian Parsons in this week's 1-Minute Drill.
All right, welcome back to the Old Dominion Football Show, the 1-Minute Drill. We are here with Brandon Addison, junior cornerback out of Western Branch High School in Chesapeake. Brandon, what brought you to Old Dominion?
It's close in proximity, and I always love the 757, and what other place to play at.
Do you have a secret celebrity crush? Everybody does.
I got a couple. Jenny Aiko, Carrie Hilson, Lauren London. I can keep on going. You don't want me to keep on going.
All right, Brandon, so your brother has transferred from the University of Connecticut to come play at Old Dominion. What is it like having him on the same team?
Well, since I live with him, it's really annoying. I'm just playing. But it's great. It's great. We've been playing together since middle school. We played at Jolliffe, and then we went to Western Branch and played together for 3 years. It's a great thing. We sharpen each other. We're always competing, always talking at each other in practice. So it brings the best out of both sides, and it gets our teammates to like get them going and stuff. So it's great.
I mean, brothers do get on each other's nerves. If you guys live together, what's an annoying thing that he does? Like, does maybe leave the dishes out or something like that?
No, that's me. I leave the dishes out. But I don't know, Josh, like, he snores. Sometimes he breathes a little hard. And then, yeah, that annoys me sometimes. But, you know, he's my brother, so I get over it.
Do you have any, any impersonations that you can do? And it doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be even somebody, like, on your coaching staff or on your team or a player.
I mean, I could do Josh or Coach P.
Coach P being
Coach Perriman, corners coach.
Give it a shot.
Come on, man. Like, you gotta cover. You gotta stay deep in your deep third, man. Like, why are you up here? Why are you up here? You fall on your feet. Like, come on, man. You can do better than that. Come on.
Favorite thing about being a Monarch?
The pride. It's a great school because there's so many different types of people in one area, and everybody gets along. And I love that. And you get so many different things with the culture of the area. And like I said, it's right home, so it's the best thing.
All right, the 1-Minute Drill, Brandon Addison, you made it. Say goodbye to the Monarch Nation.
All right, great Monarchs. Let's have a great year.
He could be a good recruiter someday. Coach, tell us about the redshirt junior from Western Branch High School.
What a great kid. The best thing I can say about him, Bruce, he knows exactly who he is. Active in the community with his church. His stepbrother is Josh Mariner. He was adopted by Reverend Mariner. Unbelievable mom. His mom is one of my favorite people. Just such a good person. And Bruce set a school record against Marshall with 5 pass breakups, held one of the best receivers in the league to 0 catches. He is a special person, great leader on our team.
I'll tell you, he certainly is, and he's local, and we like that.
Sure do.
More to come. Time to move into the Coach's Corner. Send me your questions to bruce.rader@wavy.com. You're watching the Old Dominion Football Show. Time now for the Coach's Corner. Remember, email me your questions to bruce.rader@wavy.com. Coach Scott in Norfolk wants to know, what does playing in a bowl game do for ODU's national profile versus playing in the FCS playoffs, as you did before?
Sure, yeah, great question, Scott. Both are really good, Bruce. What the what the bowl game does is it allows for you to get more national attention because more people pay attention to FBS football. So it's bringing national attention to Old Dominion University and to our program. Really special for the players. I mean, as opposed to a playoff game that could be home, you don't know where you're going. You know where your bowl destination is, and it's a 4-day trip that's really special for the kids. They get gifts, and their families can come, and plan it out. People can plan ahead, and then for recruiting, Bruce, really helps in recruiting. Thank you for the question, Scott.
All right, but don't forget, folks, we're not going to know which bowl game until after the regular season is over in 3 weeks. Another big game tomorrow afternoon at SB Ballard Stadium. Old Dominion against Southern Miss, kickoff 3:30. Coach, good luck.
Let's see everybody there tomorrow.
All right.
It'll be a great day for football.
There's your little locker room pep talk, and we'll see you next week
people.
at 10:45 here on
you.
Fox 43 for the Old Dominion Football Show. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
We need you.